Yep. So I make all things new.
We'll be fusion based today. Okay, okay, chef. Sorry, not chef. Mugudada. We're going beyond chef.
Mùgùndada, yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Um, I was curious about bananas. I'm going a little bananas today.
True.
Can you tell me? Let's talk about my childhood education on bananas versus your childhood and adult education on bananas. So
True.
I was shown one kind of banana. Now I knew that
True.
the crazy Tongans they'll eat a weird banana, plantain
Yeah.
or something. Um,
Yes.
but it wasn't really part of my culture. So tell me what is available with bananas. What's cool about them? Maybe if you want to talk about how they grow, you can. But
Mhm.
also, what's the difference between a fiat banana, as you would call it, and other banana options?
Man, this we can make a 10-part series just on bananas.
Whoa.
So, okay, we can pick 10-part series of bananas.
Okay, see if you can
So,
summarize the best parts for our audience that only
best part,
has a short time.
short time. That's impossible because I'll be doing them a disservice. So let me tell
I
you
like that.
the most interesting part. Yes, the most interesting part of about bananas. In the West, everybody, if you live in the West, far by none, nobody you talk to can tell you they don't know who Jesus is. They don't have to believe in them, or they don't have to go to church. They know who Jesus is. They don't. Nobody in the West does not know what the concept of God is. Whether you believe in it,
God.
some people are just defined by whether they believe it or not. Somebody is an atheist here.
Yeah.
You are being defined by what you don't believe. That concept is very powerful. So in my culture, for me to not speak of bananas or not understand bananas is the equivalent of somebody in the West not knowing who Jesus or God is. And I'll tell you why. And if we don't cover anything else, this might be the probably most favorite episode I've done. But if you get this, you get a lot of stuff. So the banana is at the heart of what life is among the Kikuyu. Their whole worldview is mainly determined or actually revolves around the banana. And I'll tell you why. Whenever a young man decides he wants to go and marry, which is how this is actually the most basic government. That's how the government goes on by having more people. Any indigenous government or any government, you have to have children. So marriage is the most important ceremony in any culture. If you don't have marriage, then okay, it's done. And you can really tell a lot by how people conduct their marriage. Now we know a fiat marriage. You go with a white dress. It had a reason why. You have a white net to demonstrate that the person who is getting married is virgin, and you carry flowers because people in that age when that type of wedding started were not taking showers, so they were smelling. You haven't taken a shower all throughout the winter, and the weddings are in the spring. There are flowers. So they have very very specific reasons why people do stuff, and it's amazing. The human quality is really mind-boggling. That when you forget certain things and they just become habit, it's good because it's easy to do because you don't have to think about it. But it's also very negative because when it comes time for those ideas to be discarded, then we still want to hold on them. So I'll tell you what about bananas, which is one of those examples of ideas that really was so powerful that people they were actually overridden by religion. Christianity actually and Islam came and destroyed those concepts in my village. So when you look at the wedding being the most central part, if you look at the way the Kikuyu's wedding took place, it actually involved a negotiation between the bride and the bridegroom's families, because it wasn't only there was no marriage between two individuals in Kikuyu culture. It was marriage between two families. You're actually marrying one family into another one, and they become a unit. Now, whenever you had the ceremony, the most crucial ceremony of engaging this relation in this negotiation between the families so that they can actually be legit and be binding, legally binding. One thing that could not be, that was so critical that the function would not go on traditionally if you didn't have them, it was bananas. And you have two types of bananas. One symbolized the male, the other one symbolized the female. So that's one thing. So two bananas are very, very critical in the celebration. A lot of people still do them today, but they think, oh, we're just doing it because we always do it. They don't know why. I bet you maybe 80% of all the people have been to a wedding ceremony with them. They didn't even know why the bananas were involved. That's number one.
Now,
But
sorry,
now,
Chef,
let me
you're
tell
talking
you-
about two different species of bananas, one for the man, one for the woman.
Yes. One symbolizes men, one symbolizes women.
Different
The one
species.
that symbolizes men is very big. It's like a plantain called mojo kanariabu. That's a male. That's a male symbolism of male, and it's actually very scientific too because it has a lot of fiber. So for a man, it gives men a lot of vitality in libido, in sexual libido stuff, right? The other one is a smaller banana, but it's very prolific. So you want the woman to have a lot of children, to be very prolific. So that's it. Now, that's one way. The second one and the last one we can just cover to this, I wonder, which is the most important than all of them, is how the banana now, beyond just being useful as an instrument or as a commodity that was involved in the negotiation, how it actually becomes the basis of spirituality in the family, in the new family. Okay, so now, assuming the negotiation goes well, and the two families are joined together, and a woman moves over to the husband's home, what the family would do is they would actually separate a piece of land, allocate them a piece of land for them to build their own homestead and to start their own life. But beyond that, the oldest matriarch in the family would bring a banana, a particular type of banana called motahato. Motahato. And the name is very, very important. Motahato. Motaha means to almost raid. Motaha is to go and raid the next community, or is to engage in business and get a lot of wealth, right? Motahato, doesn't that? So they bring this banana that has been going on in the family. It's passed from one generation to the next, from the same species. So you go and get it's not just any banana. It's from that one family, from the oldest member of the family. And she will be doing that until she dies. And the next matriarch will take over a particular banana tree. Wow. And she will pass it on to every other family that is actually beginning its own journey. And whenever you have a marriage and their family is beginning, they'll take a banana there. So check this out. Very, very intriguing. The matriarch will plant a banana for the family. That is the covenant. That's the covenant between that family and the whole lineage and the whole clan, the whole family. So if you have any ceremony, that's important ceremony, and you kill a goat, for example, which is those are big ceremony. Every time in African culture, you don't just keep animals. You don't buy meat at the farmer's market or at the butcher shop. You kill your own animal that you've been raising. So for you to kill it, it has to be very, very important reason. But before even you and your important guests eat, you feed the banana. So you take the intestines, the stuff that's left in the intestines, which really has a lot of microbiome. It's very scientific. And you give it to the banana plant. That's who eat first. So get that. So look at how powerful that is. So check this out. If the husband gets so angry, and like you say, here in the U.S. or in most other countries, if two partners can get so angry that they fight each other, and one person kills the other one. In my culture, you didn't have to do that. The man can just go and chop, because if he's so angry, if you want to show how that the anger is beyond and over and beyond, he doesn't kill someone. He goes and chops off the banana. To chop that banana is literally worse than killing someone. You have to get a name Literally, if you go and chop those bananas that are spiritual, then you'll get a name. People will call you Geshure. From that time, you'll be referred as Geshure. People will always carry that curse that you chop the banana that connects you to the lineage of your whole clan. That's how powerful the banana is. So, okay, so do I need to say anything here today?
Okay, now, this is amazing. So obviously we're all programmed by our different cultural software. So
yes,
you just described 3 different kinds of banana that are new to me. I've never tried. I've never eaten any of those other kinds of banana. So for those of us that are just eating our one kind of simple yellow banana, chiquita banana,
yes.
What else are we missing besides the cultural lessons?
Let me tell you. Now, good question.
Okay.
So now you're so smart, and I know you'll get this when I tell you. And maybe I shouldn't have expected that. When I say these people chop the banana and you call Geshure, now you'll understand if I tell you all of us that eat bananas in the West are Geshures. Why? Because we are eating banana in the wrong way. Is the banana that's feared in the way it's raised? Where it's raised is actually most of the bananas the term banana republic. Africans in my culture is the antithesis of a banana republic. We had the republic. What I just explained to you was the republic. A republic that rivals any republic. You remember, by the way, the republic is the title of Plato's dialogue, one of the most famous Plato's dialogue called the Republic. And the Republic was called the city that he talked about, the imaginary town, city that Plato wrote about. It was called the city of all necessity. So it is the city of necessity. The republic I just explained to you in my indigenous way is a republic of non-necessity. Look, it's very sustaining, self-sustaining. Everything is going according to the method. So that is the republic. What happened is you have a fiat republic that you and me have always talking about the empire. So when you hear the term banana republic, there is no better political term than banana republic, because it plays on a real republic in my indigenous culture, but only that it's fake. It's like a gold-plated, fake gold, gold-plated coin. You think it's gold. It's no gold. It's a fake gold. Why? Because the term banana republic comes from the fact that some of the countries in South America are only republic by name. Their only purpose is to produce bananas, cheap bananas, for the West to consume. And they are always manipulated to produce bananas only. So if they say, oh, you got to pay wages, extra wages for bananas, they overthrow those governments. Why? Because they are fucking banana republics. Your job is to just produce bananas, not worry about what the population are being paid for, whatever. I can get into a whole long story. It's a long story. I can tell you some other time. But the Western countries that own the Chiquita bananas, United Fruit, which was initially in United Fruit, was allocated so much land in countries like Guatemala by puppet governments. So the land was taken from the indigenous community, given to these corporations to do what? To grow bananas. And they were being paid very, very low wages. So for me to be eating a Western banana, I'm actually being what? Complacent to a crime. So we are Geshures ourselves. We ourselves are Geshures. We are no more any different or any more innocent than the guy in indigenous community who goes and slashes the banana. Why? Because when he slashes the bananas, he disconnects his own family. He disconnects his own family, his own children, and the next generation and over from being connected to the whole lineage of his ancestors. So it's almost like killing the ancestors. When you kill a banana, you're killing the ancestors. When we eat the bananas now, we are killing the ancestors of those people in South America. But what do we get in return? We get the same diseases. We get a curse in our health conditions because we're eating what? Sick food. we're eating murderous food. So that's what we are missing. So I don't need to tell you, if something is produced fiat by corporations, they don't care about the soil. That's why if you go next time, go to the banana to the store, buy the bananas. The bananas in the store probably have the lowest code on their sticker. It's like 327. Go check it out. Yeah, the three is actually four numbers. The four number is like very, very low. It's threes is like the lowest. I've never seen anything with the two. So that just tells me, even without being a scientist, that those bananas are being grown with a lot of chemicals. So there you go. So we are cursing ourselves by consuming those chemicals ourselves. So we're eating the devil. The devil doesn't have to come and bring us the apple, like the devil did through using the snake. Hey, you just buy the banana, man, and the snake is right there. The apple is in there, the snake in there. You eat the snake, and you kick yourself out of the garden, just like they're chopping down the banana tree kicks the kikuyu out of their garden of Eden.
Fabulous. Mùgùndada, that I was really talking to Mùgùndada today. I can see that I made a mistake asking for a simple explanation of bananas. We are going to have to get into this deeper.
You bet. It's always a joy talking to you.
Thank you.
And hopefully that illuminated something.
No, that's super valuable. Thank you.
Dada don't die.
Dada, chef. Dada.